Hey guys, JR Cook here from jradventure.org, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about adding value or creating wealth. And this has been a really humbling period of my life but it's been a really good period because okay, where do I start? I'll just say, I've been a dumbass for a long time. I've been working really hard, doing a whole bunch of things that have not worked out, and I've realized that. And that's the really humbling part, is because I have not seen what was right in front of me. And that's what I want to talk about today, because I want to help other people not make the same mistake that I made. So what's that mistake? Well, I've always heard people say, different motivational speakers and people, they say like wealth is not something that is attained, it's something that is created. Like you can't take wealth. Wealth is created. And I'm just like, oh yeah, wealth is created, whatever, I'm just like, yeah, you gotta build a business, you gotta do this stuff, But I was looking at such a surface level, because I wasn't looking at wealth as coming from the inside. I always just thought when people said something like that it was like, and I'll get to my point, I'm kind of building it up a little bit. I always looked at it like it was something that, some sort of mentality, yeah, I'm going to see the opportunities when they come and stuff like that. But it's really much more about what we can create. And I've realized that lately, that wealth is the ability to see what somebody else needs. Right? So, what is it that I have that I'm a master at, that I'm just really talented at, that other people need? Right? So, how can I create something valuable enough that someone else wants, that they're willing to trade their money for, and I'll trade what it is that they need. So if that's information, if that's inspiration, if that's some sort of product, that's really what it's about. It's about creating something that is valuable enough that people will trade their money for. And that is what I've been missing. That's what I have been missing. I always looked at all the different strategies, and there's all these different ways that people are doing, like, hey, make your money over here doing this. Hey, here's the Amazon FBA thing. Hey, here's this. Hey, I had a dispensary for a while. Like, I had all these different businesses that I've started over the years, and I've always just looked at the mechanics. Always like, okay, well, what can I do here? What can I do that? But I never looked at things in terms of value. I just was always trying to optimize my profits and stuff, and like it was not real. Some of it was profitable, but none of it created wealth. And so now I've decided to take my skill for writing, and I've decided to take the things that I've learned and that I've mastered over time, and I'm going to write about them. And I'm going to continue to grow every single day. And when I master a new skill, I'm going to write a new book. When I master a new skill, I'm going to write a new book. And I'm just going to keep doing this, because that is how I'm going to create wealth. And I feel so humbled to think about that, because I've been working really hard for so long now to get wealthy. I've visualized it. I mean, I've always wanted to be wealthy before I start my family. And that's like my driving force. So like when I get up in the morning, I'm early, and like when I'm working late, that's what drives me, is because I do want a family, and I do want to raise a family in a positive and a abundant sort of way. I don't want my kids to have to grow up the way that I grew up. You know, not just financially. I mean, financial stuff, I mean, money definitely isn't everything. You know, but I want my kids to have access to the sort of information, the sort of knowledge that anything that they want in life, they can go out and get. I grew up thinking that I was just a second-rate person, that I couldn't have anything that was good, that I was for someone else, and I didn't dare to even fathom getting it for myself in any way that's positive. I was a little criminal when I was a kid. I was a punk. And it was the only lifestyle that I thought that I could be good at. I remember in school there was the gifted and talented. And I always saw those guys, and I always knew that I had gifts and talents within me. But no one recognized them. No one cared about my gifts or talents. And that's the exact opposite that I want for my children. You know, I don't want to be fighting with my wife like my parents were. I don't want my kids to be hearing us argue over money. I don't want my kids to feel like they can't play basketball at school because we can't afford a pair of shoes. So my number one driving force is that. And I've been working to achieve that now for years. And I've never got what was missing. But finally, because now I understand about creating value, now I'm creating value. And it's taken me going basically to the point of financial ruin before I understand that. But hey, it is what it is. I'm here now. So that's what I'm doing. But anyway, I just wanted to shoot that video for you guys. Hopefully it brought some value in your life. Hopefully that hopefully it can wake you up. Maybe you've seen this, maybe it's just completely apparent to everyone but me. But my guess is that if I was blind to it, I bet someone else was blind to it too. So that's why I made this video. I hope that it has served you in some sort of way. I ask that you live a life of purpose. And I ask that you hit the subscribe button in the corner of the video here. It'll definitely help me out a lot, and hopefully it'll help you out if you received value from this. I'm putting out content consistently, and my goal is always to just give as much value, as much goodness, as much blessing, and just pack it into these conversations as much as possible. Because I know what goes around comes around. And I don't hold anything back from you guys. So, like I said, go hit the subscribe button, head to jradventure.org, buy one of my books. All the money that I make, by the way, I take a certain percentage and I donate it to take kids out of the sex trade and out of sweatshops and put them into school. It's my passion for giving. And so everything that somebody purchases from me and every dollar that I make from people subscribing, everything, it all goes to help benefit children here in Southeast Asia. So thanks again, live with purpose, and I'll see you next time.